whatever. And I'm totally fine with that.
So
but the first lady was somebody she did not know.
So each episode is one new comic, unknown comic.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so do they do the backstory of the comics?
A little bit,
not
a whole lot, because there's only a half an hour.
Okay. So
they want
it's
most
mostly
of it to be
jokes.
But she made it clear that like she didn't know this lady. She just met this lady, and because she thought she was so hilarious, she was, she could have had a better set. You know what I'm saying? And 30 minutes is a long time. Even if you've been in comedy for 10 years, like there's not a lot of chances to do comedy for 30 minutes. So it could be the length of the show or whatever. I don't know what, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't all that.
Well, I watched the entire season, and what I noticed in the filming was they must have ran it backwards or mixed up the order.
They probably did, because you were talking about her outfit.
No, well, first of all, don't get me started on that whack ass outfit.
You talking about Tiffany's, the gold one?
Oh, that was awful. It was terrible. They had her looking like
I
Auntie.
didn't think it was that bad.
I was like,
I kind of feel like she probably would choose her own clothes. I don't feel like they would put her in something that she wouldn't.
I don't know. But that jacket was long. The pants was flared. It didn't do anything for her. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the order of the sequence. It seemed like the first one that they showed, that first comment, you said that she said that she didn't know her.
Yeah.
That seemed like to be like the end for me. Like when I first watched it, Tiffany Haddish came out, she didn't seem like she had all the energy. Her bangs was all tired, I guess. And you
didn't tell me her bangs was tired.
Her bangs was tired, girl.
I ain't watch it at all now.
Her hair was cute though. Her bangs was just tired. And when you watch like the next few, you can see that she was more fresh. Her makeup was fresher. Her ponytail, was put together.
They rarely shoot things or show things in the order that it's shot.
Right.
I mean, that's
right. I know that, but I'm just pointing that out. But she did mention, like in the little mini interviews that they had, that wasn't the only girl that she knew personally. She knew a lot of those, mostly all those comics personally. Another few comics that she had coming up, you haven't seen them yet, but she said, she'd been to their houses and they were really close friends and blah, 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 blah. I think that Flame did cool. The first girl did cool, but I think it gets better, Dino. Don't give up. It's not great. Okay. It ain't gonna get, you're not gonna fall out your chair.
I could see that already.
Yeah, you're not gonna fall to the. But you know who she did have on there that's interesting? She had the Wayne's, one of the Wayne's daughters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's more of them?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they're making, there's a whole new generations of them now. So.
Yeah, they had her close out the show. So the Wayne's girl closed out. I think you should definitely catch that one. And then it's the other girl. She's really dark skinned, and I think she's from Compton. She said that she was Tiffany Haddish's close friend as well. Tiffany Haddish.
Are you sure it's a Wayans? It's one of the Wayans?
I'm positive.
Okay.
She had a little bit about it. Yeah, she had a little bit about it. And
because I feel like it's another female comic that's out there that's a Wayans, but that's not related.
Her last name was Wayans.
I need a female Wayans to come out and kill it. I don't care if it's in stand up, sketch, or something, so that I can root for her and be digging on her and not feeling like I'm misogynist because I only like the males.
Well, you're not going to be digging on her because she's gay. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I wasn't talking about that.
I know who she is, the gay one.
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know she was a real Wayans. No, because I've met her.
Mm-hmm.
I've met her on multiple times. I've met her on at Chocolate Sundays. And
she said she I don't want to tell her a bit, but she made a bit about it in her set that, there's the rich Waynes and there's the poor Waynes, and she was one of the poor Waynes, and they would always come get her and fly her out for the summer and blah, blah, blah. But she's a Waynes. Her last name's Waynes. Okay. And then Tiffany Haddish's friend, it's a dark-skinned girl from L.A., and they were really close. And I think those two were the funniest of the bunch. And they were like the last two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so, it's not hilarious. So
No, it
it's
wasn't.
not. The They Ready is not. It's not hilarious, unfortunately. So
well, thank you for saving me some time.
Yeah,
because I was curious, and I do like you, Dino. What you were saying actually about Flame, but kind of across the board, I always give props to stand-ups in particular who push other young stand-ups when they make it.
Yes.
That was actually my biggest problem with Jay Leno when he was on the Tonight Show, because when Johnny Carson was on the Tonight Show, he broke a lot of comedians. That used to be the end-all be-all that you got 5 minutes on Carson.
Yes.
Then when Leno took over, nobody came out famous out of Leno. No stand-up.
Interesting.
Like no new stand-ups
Yeah.
broke on the Tonight Show after when Jay Leno took over.
That's saying something.
Yeah, definitely.
But I tell you who is on Netflix and is hilarious. Joe Coy.
Motherfucker Joe Coy.
Joe Coy is the shit. Joe Coy is hilarious.
I love Joe
He's got
Coy.
maybe 3 specials on Netflix. And his last 2 are really hilarious. Really hilarious. Jim Gaffigan, there's another one. He has 5 specials on Netflix, and his newest one is on Amazon.
Is he the guy who does his comedy with no shirt on?
No.
Sorry,
He does pretty clean comedy. He does pretty clean, and it's mostly about family
solid.
and food, but it's very smart and very intelligent. And he does these little voices and stuff, and he's hilarious.
I have to see. Maybe I'll watch.
He had a show for a while with his wife. His wife, him and his wife are a team. She writes, with him, and they did a little. I guess it was kind of like one of those. It was kind of a reality show, but kind of more like of a sitcom sort of thing, because it was them and they were them. You know what I mean?
But it was
but it was written out, so it wasn't a real reality show.
Yeah.
And it was on Hulu or something, or some station like that, or maybe I don't remember what it was on, but it lasted 2 seasons. But it was cool, and it was family friendly and stuff. He's very family friendly.
Yeah.
Because he's only got 6 kids or something.
Yeah, he's got like 5, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys seen that new Marlon Wayans show that's on Netflix?
Show.
It's not the
Sextuplets.
That's a movie.
Is that a movie?
That's a movie.
Oh, I thought it was a show.
Yeah, that's a movie.
I haven't.
So you didn't see it?
I thought I saw the preview.
Okay.
I said, have y'all seen it?
I saw it.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, how was it?
Not great.
Oh.
I did. I would imagine not.
Not great.
I tried to watch the one where he was. I just remember he was naked in it or something on his wedding.
Oh man, I forgot to do this on the last show. Damn it! I knew I should have wrote this down.
What?
Shout out to my nephew Deuce. It's his birthday.
Oh.
But this show is going to air way after his birthday. It's his birthday today.
Wow.
And I was talking to him earlier today, and I intentionally didn't say happy birthday to him because I was going to save it for the show, and then I forgot to say it on the show. And I was going to I went to say that at the top of the show.
Tack it on.
I'm sorry.
You can still put it in post.
That's not really.
Oh.
Not really. I mean, it'd just be an isolated happy birthday in there. It won't have any context or flow to it. I'll just have to call him back today and tell him I messed up.
Public service announcement. But, happy birthday, Deuce.
Yeah, sorry, dude. But I was talking to him earlier today, and we were saying that I was telling him about Sextuplets, that even though it wasn't great, there were good things about it. Some of his characters, especially the one, his main, or the first one he discovered, Russell. That character was a good character. He was very well developed. He was fleshed out. His portrayal of him was very different from himself. You know what I mean? A lot of times actors will, I'll just put it out there because he did it recently, was that dude, Lil Rel. Lil Rel on his show tried to do that whole Martin thing and be different characters and all that. Not only was it not funny when Lil Rel did it, but he just seemed like the same person wearing different clothes all the damn time. And Marlon really seemed like different people, especially when he was doing Russell. He really, even his voice to me sounded a lot different. He did a really good job with that.
That's his background.
It was like I said, it wasn't hilarious, but and that's a skill. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a skill, and that was very.
You know what I think? I think Eddie Murphy set the bar for that so high, with the clumps and all those other parodies and those characters that he had. He really made you believe that it was other people. So I think Marlon Wayans just has a little bit more to go till he gets to that level.
You're right about Eddie Murphy, but that's what Eddie Murphy does best. He's a character actor.
Yeah.
I mean, even in his stand-up when he would play all the different characters, there would be you could see him.
Yeah.
What
Speaking of which, Dolomite's coming out soon.
Okay, and Coming to America too.
Well, they haven't filmed that yet.
But
Dolomite's
done. It's in the can.
What about the female character that Marlon played on the show? Was that okay?
No, like I said, his characters were good.
Okay.
They weren't funny, but they were good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense to people.
It does.
It's just, I think he should have, I don't know who wrote it, but I feel like that's where it fell apart is the writing. It wasn't really funny.
What's the best thing you watch on Netflix?
But it was.
What's the best thing you've watched on Netflix this summer?
Oh, the best thing on Netflix. Jeez.
Dead to Me. Love that show. Have you guys seen that? Dead to Me. Love that one.
That's the one with Christina Applegate?
That's the one.
Okay.
I
watched.
It's nominated for a bunch.
I watched one and I hadn't picked it back up, but
a girlfriend of mine writes that show. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, Dead to Me. What else? Y'all know I just got Netflix, so I've been binging.
I'm all about season 2 of Big Mouth this summer. That was hilarious.
You turned me on to Nailed It.
I love that show.
I think the show that I enjoy most on Netflix this summer it would be one of them is they're both sci-fi. One of them is I just finished. I binged Another Life. It's
don't know that.
It's a new sci-fi. Just came out this season. Just this few months ago. Really good. Although they tried to do something like Lost in Space, where they kind of.
When is that coming back?
Well, they try to soon on Netflix. They're advertising that it's coming. It's coming soon. They haven't given a date, but it's coming soon. Lost in Space. The space travel program is kind of demilitarized. You know what I mean? They kind of have civilians doing it. Now, in Another Life, I don't know if they're necessarily the civilians, but they have relaxed. They're definitely not the soldier types that or the military types that we're used to. You know what I mean? Like in Star Trek and Buck Rogers and these other, and how our Air Force and stuff is, and NASA. They're more. They seem more like regular citizens, sort of. And they've kind of relaxed it and made it more casual. And my only problem with it is the people that they chose to go on this mission seem a little immature and not realistic, in my opinion, of who you would. Because this is a very important mission. I'm not going to spoil it. It's a very important mission that these people are on, and with the exception of maybe the number 1 and number 2, the rest of the crew. One woman I'm thinking of in particular is incredibly immature and very, juvenile, and I just don't see them as our best and brightest going up into space to save the world. Like, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
But other than that aside, it's a really good show. It's a really good show.
What's it called?
Another Life.
All right. What's the other show that you said?
The other show on Netflix that I really enjoyed was Stranger Things season 3.
Oh,
the latest,
Stranger Things.
The latest season.
I cannot stop singing Never Ending Story. That is in my head 24/7 now.
Okay.
I won't say why, but it is
right.
well done in that show.
I'm catching up.
I enjoyed that. You know what's so funny? I when this season started, it took me 2-3 days to get through the first episode. I wasn't pulled in. I wasn't intrigued. I thought, like, I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know how they, and then it became like, it just, I went for the ride. It was good. It just got better and better each episode.
Side note, y'all know I've been working real hard on my website for the sunglasses. And I was trying to build the website and watch Stranger Things at the same time. And I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm going to have to finish this website and then watch Stranger Things, because it got so good so fast. I wasn't doing shit on the laptop, just watching TV. So I'm dying to finish watching and catch up.
It was, well, each time it's like, oh, this is such a good homage to the 80s. And it gets like, they get it
better,
more tight, more spot on each time. It's like, this is like the 80s movie of my dream, but really long.
Hey, we have somebody from the chat, the office from the chat.
It's real podcast.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's the silent show, not the Shiznit show.
Excuse me?
It's the silent show.
Can they not hear us?
Maybe not.
How could all these people